So Vijay, yesterday you had been doing, when we were in the class, you had been doing some Indian economic development, right? Indian economy at the time of independence, right? And today you finished with that chapter, and today I'm going to take up your next chapter, that is money and banking. All right. Now, first of all, if I ask you about money, right, when this word is spoken, right, I think all of us, we have a zing in our mind. So, what does money mean to you? Anybody who can answer me. I mean, your perception, whatever you perceive about this term money. Come on, it's not hard. I think you all have
Medium of exchange.
medium of exchange. Very good, Atishay. All right. Anybody else?
Ma'am, something which has stopped barter system and
Something
introduced a good method of
absolutely
like
right.
exchange of goods.
Absolutely right, Jannat. Right. I think rather you've gone a step ahead. You've made my job easier, right? Something which has overcome the problem of barter system. So Atishay said that it is a medium of exchange, and Jannat said that it is something that has overcome the problem of barter system. Now, Jannat, are you having some book or notebook or a pen with you?
Ma'am, actually it's nearby, but not like in the front.
Not in the front. But suppose I asked you that, Jannat, right? If we are to talk of the barter system, I asked you that, Jannat, you give me one register, right? And in turn, I'll give you this small pad. Would you agree?
I would agree if I will be in a very urgent need of the small paper.
Yes, you will agree only if you are in a very urgent need of this small sized paper, right? So that means there would have been difficulty in exchanging. But in case, suppose you were to set up a shop where you were selling your stationery, I come to your shop and I give you the money, then you think you'll be readily handing me over whatever number of registers I want?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, Vijay, this is one thing about money. So, when we talk of money, like Atishay said, very well said, and very rightly said, that it is a medium of exchange. But we didn't have money as it is with us. Before that, for years and decades, and you can say centuries, people have been exchanging or trading or indulging in transactions by way of barter system. But in barter system, there were several problems. One was that there would be disagreement on the product that would be exchanged, either on the kind of the product or on the quality of the product. Like Jannat said that she would exchange this small pad with the register only if she needed it urgently. Otherwise, she would not be ready to exchange her register with this small notepad with me. Right. Now, suppose I'm showing you certain goods, right? I kept them in. Suppose, again, I'm talking to, let's say Jannat is a person who is in the market, in the economy to sell that, to exchange that register, right? And she wants to exchange it, let us say, for some books. I offer her, let us say, these 2-3 books. I put them aside. So, Jannat, I'm offering you an array of books, right? And I asked you that which one would you like to exchange for register? Here I have 3 books with you, for you. One, this one, and there is this economic survey, and there is this a storybook, right? And this is a book purely of economics. So, which one would you like to exchange for your register?
Macro book.
Macro book. All right. Why would you like to exchange this macro book with your register?
Because upcoming my 12th exams will be coming and it would be good for me to prepare.
Very right. Now, how many registers would you be ready to give for this macro book?
Maybe one.
Maybe one. But I say no. This book is worth more registers. I say that I want minimum 4 registers. right? So you think there could be a disagreement because you
Yes.
feel that this book is worth 1 register, but I say that this book is worth 4 registers. But how can we actually agree? How do you think money can overcome this problem? Because you keep on insisting that no, this is worth 1 register, but I keep on insisting that no, this is worth 4 registers. So you think money can allow us to overcome this problem? Yes, anybody? You think money can allow us to overcome this problem?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Can anyone quote a price for register?
80 rupees.
80 rupees. And suppose I say, though it is written 895, suppose I say that this book is worth 800 rupees. So this book is worth how many registers?
10.
10. So you think now we both would have to agree? We won't disagree on it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, because now what we have a common unit of account, right? This is another problem of barter system that has been overcome by money, that it has given us one common unit of account, right? We can express the value of all the goods and services in terms of money. So it has made the exchange process much easier. Now I'm going to show you something else. What is it? What is
Checkbook.
a checkbook? All right. And what is it?
ATM card, yeah, debit or credit card.
ATM or debit card, though it's an expired one. So that's why I'm daring to show it to you, right? So now, Jannat or anybody else, right? If I buy 8 registers for you, from you, can I make a payment through check if I don't feel like paying a cash?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, but that payment you would be able to encash maybe after a gap, maybe 1 hour
Yes,
after you
ma'am.
go to the bank, or maybe, right? And or can I make the payment through this debit card,
Yes, ma'am.
or I can pay you cash, right? So, Bache, when I'm deciding to make the payment using a checkbook, right, which I write in some future date, particularly when the amounts are going to be higher. I say, Jannat, I need a set of registers, right? You give me, let us say, 100 registers from your shop. I'll send you a check tomorrow. So, am I deferring or postponing the payment?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good, right? So here I'm postponing the payment, but you think this could have been possible that in the barter system? No, right? So this is another advantage of, you can say, money. This is another problem of barter system that money has overcome, that it has introduced us to the concept of, it has facilitated the deferred transactions. Like I'm teaching in school, right? I'll be teaching the entire month of July. Am I going to get my salary in advance or at the end of July?
At the end of July.
At the end of July. So here again, school and me school is engaging in a deferred payments. That means payments which is to materialize sometime in future. So this is another advantage, right, of the money, or you can say this is another feature of barter system that has been overcome by money. And another thing, so when let us say I travel to another city, all the books that I offered Jannat just now, if I have to carry these with me, you think it will be very bulky for me? I'll have to put them in a bag and maybe my shoulders start paining. You think it will be easier or uncomfortable to carry this stock of books when I travel?
Uncomfortable, ma'am.
Uncomfortable. Instead, if I carry a card or cash or my checkbook, it will be much easier,
Yes, ma'am.
right? So this card or this checkbook, or if I hold, right now I'm not having any currency note with me. If I hold a 500 rupee set of 500 rupee notes, you think it is giving me generalized purchasing power, which I can spend through time. I can use my card as and when I shop. I can write a check as and when I shop. I can make the payment in terms of money as and when I shop, right? So another feature, like in barter system, here the books have a longer shelf life. But if I were to replace books with some eatables, right? Maybe some cookies, they will have a very shorter life. I cannot store my purchasing power in those cookies for let's say 6 months or 1 year. But here, right, I can store my purchasing power for as long as this card is valid, right? Or as long as I carry the cash. So this is another problem that we faced in barter system, but money has overcome. So this definition of money basically comes from the functions of money that it performs, like it works as a medium of exchange, it works as a store of value, it works as a measure of value, and it also gives us the options for deferred payments. So I'm going to share the screen. This is what we are going to do about money, meaning and functions of money before we move on to supply of money, right? So this is what we just discussed. There were some problems with barter system. It didn't offer a common unit of account, right? Maybe you want, if I'm to sell something, maybe you want good A, good B, or good C. I may not have any of these. And there was lack of double coincidence, like we talked about in our class, that maybe Jannat and me, we could not agree. Like she said that she would buy that small writing pad in exchange for register only if she would need it urgently, otherwise not. And barter system didn't facilitate future payments like money did. We have already discussed this. And moreover, it was difficult to store a generalized purchasing power in terms of goods, because there may be problem of storage, deterioration, disagreement over the commodities. So it was under this background that money came into being, right? Because of these 4 functions it performs. Medium of exchange, which was denied under the barter system, right? Measure of value, right? And store of value and standard of deferred payments. So there are different ways in money is defined, right? Of course, it continues in all the forms. It continues to perform the very basic function of medium of exchange, right? But in some of the definitions, it may perform some other functions like store of value and standard of deferred payments, etc. Now, first we take up legal definitions. Now, when you go to market, right, to buy some good and you carry 500 rupee note with you, you think it will be refused by the seller, saying that he wouldn't take rupee in exchange for the goods that you buy? Can the seller refuse it?
No, ma'am.
No, right? Why no? Because, can anybody share with me why no?
Ma'am, because it is a common unit.
Because it is a common unit, right? Can I print my own note and circulate in the economy or in the market?
No, ma'am.
No. So one reason that why would you want to refuse, that it has been declared as a legal tender. So when we talk of legal definitions of money, right, first thing that we come across is legal tender. That means it has been recognized by the government of the country that people can use that currency for exchange purposes, for buying and selling purposes, right? So that is a legal power to discharge debts or to exchange for anything that has been bought. Now in India, whatever currency notes we have, they are the legal tender as well as the fiat money. That means which works as money on the order of the government. So in now 2000 rupees notes, as you say, as you must have heard, right? We have to exchange them till September. So they are no more being used for exchange because the government has ordered that the government is going to stop with the new printing of 2000 rupees, and slowly their circulation has to be taken off from the economy, right? So legal tender means money, anything which has the legal power to discharge debts. Fiat money means something which is to be considered as money on the order of the government. Like in some of the countries, you must know about Bitcoin's cryptocurrency. Have you heard about it? I'm sure.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes. Can you name any country where you think it is being it is termed as a legal tender as well?
USA.
All right. Maybe you have to find out. But in our country, you think me and you can use any form of cryptocurrency to buy goods and services? Can you go to the market and carrying some crypto coins and exchange them for the goods?
No, ma'am. Ma'am, it is applicable in Africa Republic.
All right. We need to find out more about it, right, to establish the facts. So, but in India, cryptocurrency is not a fiat money. The government has not ordered it to be used as money. But of course, in some of the investments, we will talk about it later, it is permitted. But it is not a fiat money for day-to-day transactions by the common man. And then we have fiduciary money. Like I said, that when I was to buy some stationery, right, I would pay some check. I would make the payment through check. You think the shopkeeper, right, in our case, let us say it is Jannah's stationery shop, right? You think she can refuse it? No, I don't want the payment through check. She may insist that you pay me through some electronic means, right? Google Pay or cash. Can she say that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, absolutely right. Right? Or maybe had it been somebody else, she might completely refuse the payment through check because maybe it was a new buyer for her. Right? So fiduciary money, Bache, is the money which is accepted as money on the basis of trust. If she trusted me that I'll be writing the check, which will be honored, then she will accept my payment in way of checks. Or maybe when she feels that I have to pay her a huge amount, it will be more convenient to accept the payment through check. So that's termed as fiduciary money. Anything which is accepted as money on the basis of trust between the issuer and the person who is going to accept it. So, which is under legal definitions, we have three types of definitions: legal tender, fiat money, and fiduciary money. But there is one thing common, that legal money is the money, according to legal definition of the money, anything which is got general acceptability because of the law of the country, because the law proclaims it, because the law declares it, that is to be termed as money, right? Any doubts here?
No, ma'am.
All right. Then we move on to the next one. Which is, this is the most common definition of money, which is functional definition of money. Money performs four basic functions, like we have already discussed while we were discussing that how money has overcome the problem of barter system. It works as a medium of exchange. It works as a measure of value. We have done it through examples. It works as a store of value. Again, we have done it through example that how I can save my money in bank, how I that credit card gives me the power to purchase goods maybe for next 3 years or next 2 years, or whatever cash I carry, I can actually store purchasing power in that, and standard of deferred payments. So, Bache, you can have an acronym for this, right? A very interesting acronym to learn this for functions of money as well as the functional definition of money, MMSS. That means anything which works as a medium of exchange, measure of value, store of value, and standard of deferred payments is to be considered as money. Then we have third set of definitions of money, narrow as well as broad definitions. But if I have only a few currency notes and coins with me, you think what all transaction possibilities it can allow me? Can I carry a huge cash when I travel?
No, ma'am.
It won't be safe, right? But
Yes, ma'am.
instead I put money in my savings account and I get a debit card against that, or maybe a credit card against that, or a checkbook against that. So that will broaden my uh, uh, spectrum to use money at when I travel, or when I'm not carrying enough cash. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, absolutely right. So, which a narrow definition means money which is in the form of paper currency and coins only, right? Because it by and large going to perform the medium of exchange function only. But then we have certain things which are put in the category of money because they have a high degree of moneyness, like saving deposits. Because when you maintain saving deposits, like I just shared with you, we just discussed that you can actually get a checkbook against that. You can get a debit card or a credit card against that. So savings deposits that we keep in our accounts, they are covered under the broader definitions of money because it gives us several other options how to spend, how to use money. Any doubts here?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
All right. So one last thing that we're going to cover now is classification of money. Which classification means value of money as money and value of money as a commodity. Like whatever currency notes you have, right? Suppose I have 500 currency note, 10 units. That means 5,000 rupees. If I were to sell it as a wad of paper, you think I'll be getting 5,000 rupees in exchange? If I were to sell 10 500 rupees as a set of papers only, will I be getting 5,000 rupees in return? Suppose I send this to Raddiwala, which
No, ma'am.
no, absolutely right. Why? Can you tell me the reason? You think its value is...
Because you
Yes, yes.
because because you have not given it as the value of the money. You have given it as paper.
Yes, absolutely right. Very good, Jannat. Because I gave it to the scrap dealer as a set of paper, right? Not as money. And its value as paper or as commodity is much lesser than its value as money. So that is known as credit money, right? Whatever token coins we have, promissory notes we have, right? Checkable deposits we are keeping, they're all credit money. But suppose we were on a bullion currency, right? Our economy was on a bullion currency. Suppose we had gold coins in circulation. So if I had a gold coin worth 100 rupee, and if I were to sell it as gold, you think I'll get 100 rupees in return? if I repeat my question, if I had a gold coin worth 100 rupee in our economy when it is on a bullion standard, if I sell it as metal, I would be getting 100 rupee in return. Still, I would be getting. Anything that what you feel, yes or no? But in that case, right, I'll be getting, if I'm selling a gold coin worth 100 rupee as a metal, I'll be getting 100 rupee in return because its value as a commodity and its value as money is same. But in some cases, right, you would find that money is usually made of paper, currency notes. Like we had certain economies on this standard earlier, and they're fully backed by the gold content. Suppose the government of India is printing, let us say, 100 rupee currency note. It will keep, let us say, a reserve of 100 rupee in terms of gold. Then it will be, but that gold is not in circulation. Currency in circulation is made of paper only. So it is a representative full-bodied money. When the money in circulation is made of paper, right? But it is fully backed by a gold content of the same amount, then that money is termed as representative full-bodied money. So, bache, we end our session here, right? Since you have to go to another class. So I'll be sharing with you a worksheet on this. If you have any doubts here till now, you can tell me and ask me.